Can you hear me calling out to me? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. Come along, baby, we better make a start. You better make it soon before you break my heart. Oh, I wanna be with you everywhere. I wanna be with you everywhere.
Hello everybody not eating their supper, and welcome to the show. We're going to check in with Bitcoin and any requests you have. There's a link there. That way. It's also in the description. This is the chart, the Bitcoin chart. Previously, we were in this downward sloping channel, broke out of it. Previous highs exceeded them, got a 1.14 extension. If it goes to a 1618, you'd be looking at 29,500. Say that's the next target. If you can break your prior highs and go on up, you're looking at 29,500. There's a poll in the chat box. If it is that we should break this level at 25.5 again, then you'd get an early sign on a 4 hour. If you had an open, close, open on that 4 hour above that horizontal level, potentially that'd be a good early sign that you were going on up. Could obviously come back down. Critical area here being 24.5. If you don't hold that on these 4 hours, open, closes, opens, then you'll head down 23.65. And then 22.775, 22.80, 23,000. You break through that level and a 200 period moving average on said 4 hour time frame. Open, close, open. Body close, body close. Then you'd be looking at targets back down at 20,300, 20,200, wouldn't you? That's the next level below. They seem quite far away from each other because they are. Volatile market recently. In the bullish control zone, don't like to argue with things doing that. Average true range, very strong spike there, up at around $750 on a 4 hour. So a big range, and encompassing this 25.3 down to this 22.7. That's sort of a range easily expressed then in that daily value we see on the 4 hour, even on the average true range. So, you know, tough there to manage stops if you're entering these moves without clear areas to manage that risk. So, any questions, let me know. Stock market closed, if we're talking SPY, up 1.65%. If you're talking the select sectors, all 11 finished in the green. VIX down 10%, warning there. We talked about that retracement, having hit that target on the head. It came back down, test the basis line within the channel on the 4 hour time frame. On the 15 minute, you can see it's oscillating below the 15 minute 50 simple. Losing that short time frame 21. On the hourly, you can see that you had your cross between the 50 and the 200, so price action likely to come back and test those sort of levels. And talked about the daily. Where was your guy I wanted to pay attention to? Yeah, 4 hour 200 period moving average there, support in around the basis line of the downward sloping channel, which, as you can see on the daily time frame, has persisted in its accuracy for a significant period of time, number of years now. So people who tell you TA on VIX doesn't work, it does. It also helps you do TA elsewhere, even better. It's fantastic. So that's what we're looking at. And of course, SPY, talked about that. 2 important levels there. Does it come up and test 420? If it doesn't hold these important 4 hour daily 200 period moving average at 390, daily 200 period moving average 390 likely does fall back down, test 350. You'd have to be off your trolley to think that's going to happen after today's close. All US stocks ending on the major indices ending in the green. Despite a bout of selling due to the Russian planes crashing into the propellers on the American unidentified flying objects. Bank stocks recovered some of their losses, though a number have now had their risk profile changed and will be looked at differently by investors. S&P select sectors ending in the green. CPI price index for February rose 0.4% month over month, which is a smaller rise than the 0.5% month over month rise from January. So that's positive news. And a year over year basis, CPI is up 6%, which is in line with the overall consensus and lower than the 6.4% year on year rise we were looking at in January. So positive news across the board, which backs up the thesis that we're going to be looking at a 25% rate hike as opposed 0.25% basis point rise, pardon me, as opposed to 50 basis point at the next Fed meeting. So that's super positive news for the markets as we anticipated. And so you've got a positive reaction on a number of those select sectors. If you were looking at then option contracts with the 24th of March in your sights for strike prices, as we discussed yesterday on the member stream, you'll be looking then up at 400, where open interest is now picking up a little bit of activity. That's the highest top side. If you see it go beyond there, 405, 410, 415, 420. That's what you'll be looking at now. See it by the end of this week. It's 420, the highest level of open interest. You see 410, 405, and then down here, obviously lots of interest. You've seen a lot more at 400 now than you were previously. So that level picking up now, 400, and then if that doesn't hold, you'll be looking at pushing towards 420. And again, to the downside, if you want to go to that 24th level, 350 is where you find the largest degree of open interest on SPY. So that's what you'll be looking at, those two important levels, 420, 350, 200 period moving average on the daily in between. Quite good sign then. You hold that. This would be topside. And then you get lots of good targets, and you're looking down at like 30-minute time frames. And perhaps you're talking about the evolution here towards the top side. All these different targets you'd be looking to, depending on if you are trading option contracts. And then how about this? This has evolved quite well, hasn't it? Look, things love trade spotting drawings. Like I could draw something on, and like look at this, right? You should refer back to yesterday's video if you remember. You'll have access. And look, and how does it always said, look, it says, right, this is what you need. For the Dr. Utker low-fat reversal recipe, number 3, you will need 3 rising valleys. Uno, doce, trece, right? 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows. We've got that. Second high marks continuation, right? That's this green line here. It comes in at 3936. So SPX 3936, open close there, 30 minutes, might even be enough, right? Open close, open 30 minutes. Woohoo, that'd be nice. Body close, body close. This is how I break down the Dr. Utker Y-Fronts diet compendium, volume 3, low fat reversal recipe number 3. And you'll also need one quantum oven. Everyone's got a quantum oven and lots of double-sided sticky tape. And what's going to happen is price action. Hold these supports, hit these resistance levels, hold these supports, catch that 50 simple, go on up, right? Test the 200 period moving average, comes in around 3969, shout out brother Luke. Price action drop back down, see 50 simple, haven't tested 250 simple, act as support, then higher low, 3 in a row, right? Robert's your mother's brother. Now we're cooking on gas. Hit the like button. Hey. So this would be your entry if you were looking at that as your reversal based off the back of, excusing my trade spotting, where do you come from? Deep crab, self part of a Gartley, which we represent here with the butterfly. Even though a butterfly is a harmonic and this harmonic isn't a butterfly, it's a Gartley. We still used it just to make the point because it's pretty. Like myself, pretty. Check it out. Oh my goodness. Some people are so blessed, eh? So that's what we're talking about. Bling, 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 bong. Bling, 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 bong. Short term. You might be looking at this thinking, hey, sputter. There's a lot of money there, sputter. You're making everybody a lot of money there, sputter. Look at that target in around 142. Not bad. Not bad at all. Longer term. Down sloping resistance, eh? Test that 50 simple up around 146. Go on, 150. Come on, right? You'll be testing in at around 155. That'll be what happens, right? 154, 155. That'll probably happen. Definitely 152 be looking to there. And a lot of people looking at XLC yesterday, talking about this potential move. There you go. Tested your 200 period moving average. Get in there. Get in about it. Boom. Rocky outcrop flash. 55 spot 52. I can tell you these option contracts, if you were taking them looking at 24th of March, you're already up 850%, which is pretty good. 850%. That's pretty good. Puppet Rocky needs to be a bit closer to the action. Well, yeah, he's currently approximately 0.4 of a Roman mile away right now. Should have gone to Specsavers, eh? Deepest grabs are philosophy majors. They get the best jobs. Best jobs, the top firms. So you're looking at testing these levels. XLC. Boom, put up, boom. Don't trade options. Bad for your health. Don't do it. It's really bad for you. And what else were we looking at? Don't trade anything, in fact. Right. Yes. I think we covered that. Bitcoin. Back to the Bitcoins. Oh, look at that, eh? That might be affecting some of the people in this poll. Shall we go up and see what it got to? 56% of people think 29 and 44% voting 20. Gravel goes once. Your time is running out. The bing bong bongeth for thee, polleth participants on the precipice of pushing the perfect press. You, Rocky Outcrop, go to sleep. You should be asleep. You have to be asleep to heal. Okay, so Bitcoin. Do you want to check out futures? Of course we do, but we always want to check out the futures. There's the futures coming at you, boom. We'll add that to our watch list here. Get it right up there. Look at this hitting the target. See, this is very, very valuable technical analysis here coming at you from a spotter near you. You want to look at this and you want to see it on 15-second. Market's open. You want to see 15-second futures because you can't get it anywhere else. You have to go direct to the spotter to get it. Direct to spotter. Direct then. Up your jumper. Here, what about that, eh? Not bad. Shall we knock it around a bit with some lines? Shall we be obnoxious? Or shall we allow it in our grace to do its own thing? 15 minutes, eh? It's doing its own thing at the minute. It's pretty obvious what that is. Unless you like to second guess yourself. A lot of people do. It's like a learned trait of traders too. Yeah, I'm really good at second guessing myself. Said no good trader ever. Yeah. Anywho, more top tips from experienced traders coming your way, whether you like them or not. Hit that like button. I treated myself to live CME data recently. Oh. You lucky thing, hey? What's it feel like, hey? Now that we're up here, build a big wall so they can all look at us and say, oh, that's how the others live. The other half. I love to second guess myself. I'm far down fourth. And then overcompensate. That's the next game, set, match. Right. Bitcoin futures. 15 minutes. But nothing important happens on the 15-minute time frame. So back to that 15-second. So we should have done some drawings, shouldn't we? Wait too long for confirmation. See, that's not a thing. You're misunderstanding what confirmation is. Wait too long for confirmation. Using either the wrong type of confirmation, which isn't giving you it early enough in the move, or you're using confirmation in the wrong kind of move, which is already happening. So you need a different nature of confirmation to confirm that type of move. And if you're not aware of what it is, then you perhaps haven't articulated the move itself or the strategy you're talking about very well yet. In which case I'd urge you to do that so that you can improve upon it over time. Tweak it here and there. Sarah's a marvelous medicine. No, I'm not. There's 2 no's in that sentence and there's only 3 words. No, strictly against the rules. You've heard that rule. Sarah. Don't be a huge, massive fanny. You've heard that rule, haven't you? Your quotient of negative words to positive words in that sentence is severely lacking. It's not got enough sunlight. Right? It's the new generation, the macular, right? Degradation. Macular degradation. Oh no, I can't see. Right? Well, you should have got out a little bit of vitamin D when you were younger, eh? You there and try to save the polar bears. It'll never happen. They're screwed. So get out there. Create those carbons. Create those carbon dioxides. Carbon dioxide DMs. Some people are into that. People are into all sorts of things. How's bait buckets? I see the elbows growing back already. Starfish, like a starfish. It's like a starfish. So here's 15 seconds. Boom. Look at that. It moved. 24,375. That's not the word. That's not it. It's 24,735. But hey, those polar bears have a coke problem. Hi, you've been watching the news then. I'm only here to be among people who are smarter than I. Ha, that's very selfish. Why don't you learn something and contribute properly? It's okay. You can benefit from our presence. You know, like a sponge. Hey, dragonfly. I'm pulling your leg, alright. For goodness sakes. Nice headband. Okay. I've got it on top chat because I want to encourage a competitive environment. I'm used to winning myself, and I think, you know, you guys should experience the thrill of it more frequently. That's a paradox. Aye. Exception proves the rule, though, doesn't it? I always win, chat. Do you? How do you do that? Tell me. How do you do that? I always win. I can get behind that sentence. That's nice. I'm late. Colin, you're late. So you missed the whole doctor. You're gonna be in danger of imminent obesity now. This is the curse. Behind your back, you will become obese. I only compete against me. That's what you think, Sir KT. I've been competing against you before. Beat him again. He didn't even know. He wasn't even playing. His time ran out. We've played so many chess games. You've lost so many chess games you didn't even know. I have always won. I am the fastest typer and the snarkiest commentator. Took you a while to come out with that one though, didn't it? Post midnight bake off? Hey. What are we baking? Hey? Cooking up some trouble at that time in the evening. Rocky outcrop. Peanut butter cookies. Chocolate chip. What's a bit dry? All of that together would be very dry. Did you guys not learn the Native Americans? What's the term? Native American Indians. Is that the way to call it? Stupid ass name, right? So the original Americans, they had jam. Cocoa chip, but should have had some peanut butter in them. Yummy. Cocoa chip, peanut butter. Where's the jam? Is he just going to... Where's the liquid? Need some lots of tea then. I mean, you're missing... You guys are not following any of Dick Icker's important advice. This is important tenets. Fundamental tenets to Dr. Icker's philosophy. Indigenous people these days. Aye, right. Well, the original Americans. I mean, who's that going to offend other than the new blow-in ones? Isn't it? Indigenous people, Native Americans are even more American than Texans, and that's saying something. Yeah. The free and the brave, right? So I suppose that'd be two of them right there. Again, Texas is just like, thanks, we'll have independence, and we're taking a name. And a flag and all stars, and thanks. Trace one, zip over to Rockies for some warm cookies in a bit. Are you a lunatic? It's 20 past 12 at night. Do you want me to get my head kicked in? You want me to get my head kicked in or something? Have you any sense of personal safety? Earlier you thought you were competing against yourself. You get a quick, sharp reminder that that is not up to you if you were to take strolls at this time, right? It's quite dusky out there at this time of the day, sir. You think I should get is this like an Uber, or are you aware of some secret underground tunnel in Edinburgh? It's quite possible. That's probably more likely an Uber turning a profit. Wink, wink, nudge. No, this is true. They're never going to stop picking on us, America. I'm sorry, pardon me. You ever been to Glasgow? Ha ha ha. Have you? Have. I go to Glasgow for a football, the shopping. Oh, I go for the culture too. I really like the culture. That would be right up there. The culture, top of my list of the culture. Agencies, any agency for anything tends to be in Glasgow because that's where the creative, cooler people are. But so you'd have to go through there, meetings for things. And then they're like, and you're like, yeah, shut up. Thanks for everything, Trace, but you're welcome. Go to Twitter. Oh, hey, how nice. Will you look at AXON for me? Get below on the daily. You betcha, buddy. Thanks for being so generous and supporting the stream. It's really appreciated at this time of the evening. Joining me here at all. Very appreciated. So daily. Number of passes there, eh? What did that tell you? Oh, spotter, there's so much to know that when you like price action puts in this high here. Clearly divergent, right? There it is. Clearly divergent. Price action puts in this high here. To know that rock outcrop indicator tells you that price is going to come down here, and you're going to get there. Price won't immediately react from it until such times it's gone through a period of accumulation, at which point it will likely return to this point of departure. Like, what indicator in the world does that for you? So, like, if you know how to use it, you're talking move of, let's just say, don't get in on this obvious rejection candle because you're blind and you're trading on a Braille chart. So then you can't, then that's like called managing your expectations. And so you got 52%. That's a nice wheel. And then you got your time to have your peanut butter and as many cups of tea as you want. And then, whoop, 152%. So, chocolate biscuit ratio, right? Exceedingly tight chocolate to biscuit ratio. That means lots of chocolate, very little biscuit. And then in said chocolate, high degree of cocoa content, which is fantastic if you plan on melting down these bars and adding them to your trading account. Then you would rather just, pure, heavy, weighted. 18 months. Yo, JS. Booyah. Great to see you. Boom. 18 months. Look at that lovely, lovely pink, soon to be red headband. So I'm forgetting my chocolate biscuit ratio here. How criminal. Nina. So before I get thrown in jail, bear that in mind. Rocket Outcrop Indicator. www.patreon.com/Rocket Moonman. $50 towards the restocked Lagavuln 16-inch slosh fund. Oh my goodness. Lagavuln 16-inch. No. 16 year old. 16 years. That's old enough to shoot somebody in the face. That's old enough to... Nah, it's not old enough to smoke. It used to be, right? I was well into it by then. But what is it? It's 16. What can you do at 16? Can you get married still? Nah, can you? I reckon. In Scotland, you might be able to vote in a national election. That's pretty progressive. You bunny ears. Value bunny ears, as Rocky calls it, bunny value. Yeah, so the value bunny progressive word. Towards the restock the Lagavulin 16-year-old slush fund. $50. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh my goodness gracious me. I really think that's a great idea because tomorrow... Is it tomorrow? It's not, right? Because tomorrow's the Wednesday, which is today, which is the 15th. But we're speaking in your land here, where it's the 14th. But so then 15th. So then the 15th, so that means the 16th. But it could tell me on a chart, okay, watches and clocks and that. I've lost those. Those days have gone. And in the past, they must remain. But we can still use the charts now to work out that 17th. Haha. Oh my goodness gracious me. Sploshing us on the Friday. Oh my god, yes! See ya, Razor. Oh my goodness, he's on the red. See ya, Razor, he's on the red. He's on the red, he's on the red. And he give me 100 quid. Wow. That's pretty good. So we're going to upgrade that now to 32-year-old McLovin whiskey. You know, it was the Lavalovin 16-inchers. Now it's the 32-year-old McLovin whiskey, which is top shelf. Thank you so very, very much, JS. What an incredible start to the week it has been this week. Of all weeks, isn't it? Of all weeks, this is the best. This is the best. This is the best. Full stop. Holy shit, Moonman raised ya by 1 pence. It's true story. He did. He beat you. He did. He beat you fair and square. Ha! Yeah. Moonman, thank you very much. Like that competitive environment that we were talking about earlier, you've completely and utterly risen to the challenge there. That's fantastic. And thank you very much. I'm putting everybody else to shame now. They're so far in the distance that I am starting to be able to ignore them. I am. I can't even make out the outline there of Sarararara, for example. Is that even Sarararara? Or is that Rich Grill? I'm not sure. I can't tell. Let me see. Not sure. I'm not sure which. Still, anyway, this is pretty good TA, isn't it? I mean, who asked for it? I'm now long forgotten. And the celebrations of Moonman as the champione. He scored 2, both of them. 0 conceded, scored twice, top corner, and did it all in the final. And there's only moments really left. I mean, that gravel came on down on the pull once. Twice now it's come down. Oh, suits you there with the 62% going on the 29,000. 29,000. It's going to be a whole lot more live streams before I can afford one of them Bitcoins up at 29,000. I'm telling you, even with Moonman, who is a complete and utter legend already, go down in the history of the Trade Spot and Stream chat boxes, an absolute legend. With donation that matches the headband, which is kind of like the rules. So that when those headbands start turning red, oh my goodness, folks, this is going to get expensive to watch Trade Spotting. Very expensive, like those eggs that you squeeze out of a fish bum. It's going to be like them. Only even harder to get your hands on, right? Squish, squish, squish. Yum, yum, yum. Trade Spotting. So... I still love this. Is the best. It's Tuesday, right? Chart will tell me again. Double check. What you eat with your Thursdays? Daily time frame. There it is, Tuesday. Yeah, 14th. Tuesday, 14th. Oh, it's all good again. Right, we're back. We're back live. Coming in your ears. See you, raise ya. There, I remember this for a long time. This is brilliant. So yeah, I mean, if you want me to also remember you, you're going to have to quickly get in here before the imprint starts. And you become fuzzier like Sarara or Rich, who I know You see, the problem is they both work so hard, and that's becoming their defining feature. You know, the labor of the time. You know, rather than that of which they love, which would be me, and they'd be communicating it in my love language, which, you know, so which is like, you know, flags and robes. Yes, flags and robes and shiny brass buttons. Such an awesome community here. You're telling me it's freaking incredible. It's incredible, the community. Flipping hell sort of place, right up there. Right, so what was the next amazing thing that was about to happen? What's this? This is a daily time frame on AXON. Oh, I was going to do some work. Spotta piercing his own. Right, so let's imagine this was relevant, and you'd be saying then 1.13, maybe you'd be looking at the extension 1.13, maybe, right? You know, that's not terrible. You put it all in context on the weekly time frame, uptrend, retracement, caught the 200 period moving average, reversal formation at the bottom here. Nice, right? Tends to do something similar every time it tests that 200 period moving average on the weekly. So, you know, especially since the 50 simple went through it, you have a 100% hit rate of that. So, no a dos, a tres here. 3 in a row, right? 3. What's 3 not make? I don't know. 3 doesn't make a something or something sometime. Someone said something about that sometime, right? But I've been in weird ass relationships and shit, and I'll tell you they're right. 3 somethings don't work too great. But but on trading here, right? You've got 3, right? I mean, somebody offers you a 4th one. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it should just kept going. It's kept throwing good after bad. Maybe that's the. I mean, trading. You know, throw good after good. That's keeps. You know, especially if you're on the course, right? www.technicalanalysis.school, you work out the missing WW, you can find your way there. And you'll need to, because a little bit of the work you're going to have to still do yourself after you arrive, including the paying for it thing, right? So you expect that, anticipate that, you know, execute there adequately, you arrive at the next bit. And you should do that because it'd be an investment in yourself. But we're skipping on to the next part, features and benefits, whatnot. The next bit is that this did it 3 times. If it did it 4 times, then that'd probably be something you'd like to be in on, you know. I do. I like the idea. If the 50 simple went through the 200, probably that situation would change. But that'd be then a good qualifier, wouldn't it? And you could then use that, take that forward, right? Take that forward and trust in it and its help in defining, articulating, conceptualizing, articulating, defining, refining, and then setting out a path towards your hopes and dreams, rather than trading them blindly as if that's what's going on a chart, which isn't. And instead trading price action in order to achieve those hopes and dreams. And you could even make your way there bit by bit, right, by changing your thinking and start winning by following Rocket Outcrop on Twitter. There's WWs, right? Twitter, and there's the slashes, and then there's usernames, and it's Rocky Outcrop. You'll notice him by his handsome smile. 3 good vibes today, I'd say. 3 good vibes. Vibes don't work like that in 3s, right? Vibes are a sine wave, so 3s. What? Talking about like, you sure if you've got some reductionist 3-dimensional view on the whole thing, possibly. Come on, level up. We're already looking at right. So. Up these good vibes. Oh, you're talking about the 1, 2, 3. Oh, I agree. JS, Moonman, then JS and Moonman. No, before also we had Go In to Win, who was in his own message. There was a number of hers, his. What's business is it anyway? So gap below in the daily says. So that's interesting. How often on the daily time frame then, if we add this into the mix, do we see gaps here? I mean, gap below. You're probably giving me the gap without the moving averages. You'd like to see it then turn it off to drawings, make it clean and clear and obvious. And where is it? Well, the top side of it will be a horizontal line here. We'll draw with disappearing, reappearing ink reserved only for the top secret 00 agents here in Her Majesty's. Right, so das is so interesting that the gap will come in at the golden pocket retracement. That's so interesting. I'm interested in that. You know, I like that. Like that's a little bit of interest there. Also say then you have this way more interesting situation with it being a 382. So yeah, there's your daily time frame where you wouldn't like to go below now because you'd start breaking the trend. The trend being if you were to measure it and define it with a diagonal line, and then in its measurement, thus defined, measure it again just to be sure, because your quantum oven, have you even shut the door on that thing properly? Right? Do you even know how that thing works? Right? Some people are out here trying to microwave spoons. Do you know what you're doing? Do you? Because if you don't know what you're doing, you really need to get yourself onto the Discord. www. There's all the W's for your microwave spoon people. Discord.gg/Rocky Outcrop. There's that name again. That name again is Rocky Outcrop. So that's one way of looking at something. And you could say then if it breaks that horizontal, right, you could be looking at that potentially having a negative picture on the RSI, being back below the center line, those sort of things, right? Putting in bearish signals. If price action is going to be started putting in bearish reversals, wouldn't that be likely? In the meantime, it's an uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. And sure, there might be a gap below. There could be an elephant below. There could be an elephant in that gap taking a huge, massive dump in another elephant's mouth. And I wouldn't give a crap. I wouldn't even turn around to look at it until the uptrend determined that was some reason to look there. That's all I'd be thinking about with regards to that gap, right? That's what I'd be thinking about. And I wouldn't be thinking about that because that's grotesque. Who would even think of something like that? That's disgusting. That's so disgusting. Ugh. Oh my God, you guys are gross. Okay, that's one strike to you. See ya, Regia. So press by one. Yeah, but it's the service even thinking like that, you guys. Right? You guys, stop it, you guys. 24/7 trading support from a fantastic community. Exactly. That's what it is. 24/7 support, right? Which is true in all sorts of ways because you could be trading the markets 24/7. Want expert advice? Well, you'll get it there from people who want to contribute to master themselves and the markets. So you'll find them there. Also, trading can be the sort of thing that you might find to be lonely. And lonely is a stress, unlike any other loneliness. It can affect everybody in different ways. And it can have a multiplying effect on other stress. So it can make everything easier. And if you've ever got any burdens, you can share them. Find somebody to help you half them over there. Over there at www. All their words, you know where it is. Thanks, Trisbata. You're welcome. Everybody, all 4 people here are welcome. How many people are here? We got how many votes in this poll? 51. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thanks, 51. Did you hit the like button, 51 people? Then we're flying. I'm going to end this poll any moment now. Strike 2.5. So, Axiom. J-Man Rocky, you guys are the only ones I trust 2 years out since the market trouble started. Keeping you on the straight and narrow, Moon Man. Out here doing the Lord's work, whoever that might or not be. Or you are or aren't. You're definitely doing a good job. Good people. From the initial squeeze, panic, through the righteous indignation when we learned what happened. Oh my lordy lord, did that? Dude, I put it all down to a dream. It happened in a time somewhere, but a place nowhere. Through the long wait and hodl. Exactly. Forget about that time. Now we're just in the place. And now through whatever craziness is the wait and yeah, it's again, we spoke about it a little bit. It's a little bit out there at the minute. I don't mean in a left anything sense. I mean in a quantum entangled yet to be measured, thus defined, a kind of out there way. We already spoke about this. Shut your oven door already. You know that's dangerous. You doomslayers have a lot of responsibility. So this is a trend and price action on this little thing here. I mean, this leg of this formation It just looks very similar to all the other previous ones. I don't like betting against that sort of thing. Daily time frame. So that's that 4 hour. You had your flash fill there, so you'll have had your dinner, and that's after that sort of a reaction to a rocky outcrop flash, and then a recovery of this trend, especially with another test and confirmation. I'd say that that's like, yes, you can go around to your friend's house and play if your friend is the trend and that trend has got responsible parents, i.e., higher highs. And yeah, sure, no problem, right? You look like, great, the cheaper than childcare, whatnot, right? Whatever. And so other really interesting narratives. They're really good. They're so good. They're brilliant. That's funny. Jimmy said, shut your oven door already. Just as I was closing it, having had it open a minute longer than I wanted, as I arranged cookies on the tray differently to how I first had them. Oh my goodness. The cookie shuffle there. Rocky doing the cookie shuffle. If you do have the Dr. Utker compendium, look to the glossary at the back for cookie shuffle. And then here we have this thing, right? More of the same, right? Yes, please take care of my kids. Yes. I've got to do other things. Yes, go do that. So you'll be looking for it to push up, wouldn't you? Unless somebody give you a reason otherwise. And you're not necessarily seeing it there. Like, hold that center line, just doing that, recover your own moving average. That would be very good. If it doesn't. So far, I'd say it's fine. You're looking like that. Looking like that, it looks like itself a little bit of a reversal formation there. 4 hour, what in a 1 hour? You got anything clear? Anything clear? Can you keep going? What about that then? You got your center line RSI there. Probably give you a good sign there on early. You want early to start, moving back towards the 4 hour, then you'd be looking at this thing. You might say, right, this isn't going to work perfectly, but you might say something like that. And you might say, get back above these levels, right? Then you'd be able to use these previous levels to manage your risk with target on those levels, right? And then you might also say, if you get in around these levels, right, you could use these prior lows to manage your risk, right? If price action goes beyond there, you don't want it. But it might just do what it did here, all these places. And what did it do then? It's like, yes, please take care of my kids. Please take care of my kids. I don't want to bear the burden. I didn't even know how expensive. I don't actually have kids. I don't know why I'm saying any of this stuff. Right, so price action, that direction is where it's been going, probably where it goes. Until there's time to change direction. Momentum's not against you. Get back above the center line. It'll be with you. That's the 1 hour if it corrects in line with the trend, which we're speaking about here as the 4 hour to the top side. That would involve it moving up towards 235. That'd be great. The best place to get the chocolate biscuit ratio at its max being around 200. And, they've got a clearer line at the minute and around the basis of this potential formation, which itself would be just one way of extrapolating what is currently a move. Looks a little bit like that. Yo. What about that? For $10, that's pretty good. And thanks so very, very much for giving me that $10. It's appreciated. If everybody gave me $10 every 5 minutes, I'd be rich in about 5 minutes. If my maths is right. Yes, it's right again. So, everybody. Tick, jokes. Right, what time is it as it happens? Who cares? What does time matter? Not in this space where we're at. Where the quantum ovens, nobody shuts anymore. I've been taking care of my sister's kids all day. Ha! See? That's a scam. What did I tell you? We live in the scam economy. All I do is cook and babysit and deliver packages. There we go. The gig economy. It's the gig economy. Here. I've got this brilliant idea. One day, like the gladiator, I will be free. Like the gladiator in that story. Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Yeah, cool. We're all with you, Sarah. That's why you're going to be that gladiator. I like watching my niece. She cleans for me. That's cool. Though, you're just going to watch. Because you're not doing something else. And then, your productivity, actually. This is the problem with this demacular generation. Demacular degeneration generation who don't get the vitamin D. Today was being like one of the trade spotting This is what happens. See, over midnight, the clock ticks. My glass slippers disappear. The big pumpkin carriages, right? They all based here up in pumpkin, park out outside of turnip time frames. What? So yeah, there's this thing. If I could say it out loud and have it a start, middle, end. By the end of the stream, Disney'd have me out on my arse. They would. They'd be like, he's done it with them storyline things with Jigways. We own them. I know we do somewhere. And they'd sue me. Well, there was 2 shorts and the World War Bitcoin Today video in TradeSpotting land. Oh, there was. Have you seen that? Some GME thoughts? I love me some GME. There's some GME thoughts. In fact, I'll give you a close-up of some GME thoughts. Phew, eh? What did you think? Did you think something similar? Fair USA law, come on. Fair USA law, come on. Is that like common law here in the UK where grammar is still a thing or something? Or was that a thinking face? I don't know. It was supposed to make you think, which it clearly has done with the question you've posed. Telepaths only stream. Is that all they do? Grammar is for the birds. Aye, they love it, do the birds over here. That's what I've got it on my Tinder profile. Dead good grammar. And then, whoa, matchy match. It's got a better logo the longer you look at it. Been a couple of years now for me looking at it, and I'm starting to think it's all right. It's not the best logo in the world, but you definitely need better logo than Bed Bath & Beyond. I'll tell you what, right? That's the right hoot. That's Bed Bath & Beyond logo. Oof. You know, what? We were just talking about, it's like it's an aphrodisiac, isn't it? You can't ever unsee it because it's so good. You know that if you look closely at the Michelangelo's David, you can see all parts of the Bed Bath & Beyond logo within it. Love you, Jamie. Not much of a Bitcoin guy, but great to see you live. Yes, it's pretty good, isn't it? Especially when you get to see me close up and live in action there in my native environment, down in the charts, making my way through price action. Whoa, great, isn't it? It's the best. It's right up there. The only people who actually appreciate it, I mean, don't lie to me at MT Paleface. The only people who actually appreciate it at all, in any way, communicated it in my language, are for here. Moonman, Legend, JS, right? 1 penny away from Legend status. A Moonman, there it is. 2 top corner strikes, right? And then JS, oh, he makes that's the penny, right? Okay, I suppose that does actually, you know, that goes neck and neck now. I suppose when you put it in context, yeah, I mean, it has to be, doesn't it? Right, go to the video assistant referee. Remember that, the good old days, eh? That wheel's right next to me. Cool, but it's tamed. And then go win to win. They're the only people who actually, everybody else, you're fibbing. Oh, is President back yet? I timed her out. She went for her supper. Did the Prez make it back? Let me see. Where's the Prez? She's not made it back from her supper yet. Or has she been timed out for longer than was meant just from 1 wee timeout? Ha, is that what happened? This is a Duck Diet episode. Prez is MIA. Oh, hey, yo, MP, it's all good. Phew, my Bitcoin stop loss got missed by a few dollars. That's good news. That's good news. What's this we're looking at, by the way? All right, that. I hope, did we do something there? I don't know if we did or not. Yeah, if it breaks below 179, that'd be dodgy. It probably would come back and fill the gap. You'd see it at 150. The early sign you'd get of that would be breaking below 200, and it could just hold in at around 215 and move to the top side next target, potentially in around 236. If that breaks, you know, you could be looking at this thing pushing up towards 300. That'd be mental, wouldn't it? Yes, very much. That'd be the take on that thing. And then there's a Bitcoin. There's a Bitcoin. So you had a reaction. Here's the important levels onto Bitcoin. We'll drop down. 15-minute time frame. Oh, look at this. It's still there. This is very, very interesting. Late innings winner. Boom, there it is. Wheel. What do you say? Oh, wheel says I don't shave my legs for less than $5. But the wheel's like that. It always has been. I made oatmeal raisin last night. You say that. Where did it happen to the muesli? What happened to the what is oatmeal what? What's wrong with porridge? JS, thank you very much. I was looking over for the wheel for a little bit of wheelie authentic wheel action, but no. That elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about ever again. Hey, Rocky and Jamie, how are you guys? Very good, Gem Miner. How you doing? Very good, thanks. I always take one out when it's all gooey. This is the bin bags. This is the way to a happy relationship. Is like to always take out one when it's gooey. The bin bags. Take one out when it's gooey. Always one. Or we're talking about trades. Yeah, you can leave one contract on until it's gooey. This is a particular way of trading option contracts. It's very, very nuanced. It takes lots of skill. Jimmy, you can't just take everything I say out of context. That's not fair. You know, that's right. I've let you down there, Sarah. I apologize. Sorry. I got into the habit, you know, I just thought that we knew each other so well that you would allow me that privilege. And I'm just really, really sorry. And XD, always appreciate what you and Rocky do. Never forget Banana Ya. Banana Ya, shut it, Sarah. Look at that. Whoa. Whoop, whoop, whoa. What else? What are the poll results, Tristan? Oh, 2 3/4 strikes. It's happening. So there was a severe change in the poll news. Poll news about to close, guys. Oh, it's changing again. Oh, this is it right now. Last few seconds. Shocking, eh? And Bitcoin itself testing this important horizontal level. The poll, tick-tock, tickety-tock. Here we go. Closing down any moment now, guys.
Can you hear me calling out to me? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. Come along, baby. We better make a start. You better make it soon before you break my heart. Oh, I wanna be with you everywhere.
And oh my goodness gracious me, poll complete, 61 votes and the $29,000. That's, most people are most commonly wrong. So you might then think 20,000 is the next target. 42% of the people here couldn't be wrong for being right. Congratulations, all you wrong-uns. You've made it. This is your big moment. Okay, all of that second guessing yourself, it's now paying off big time. Congratulations for voting in at around 20,000. You guys, boom. You guys, congratulations. The rest of yous, you big herding together there. Up at the 29,000s. You sheeples, yeah. Hey, I think I got it. Should come through, maybe twice, but you're worth it. If so, stupid fraud protection. Hopefully if it makes it. If not, I'll try again tomorrow. Oh my goodness, gracious me, something happened. Pardon me, and the pardon meing. Something happened. I can see what it is over here. It's over here. Hey, buddy. $30. Got it figured out. It was me. I'm that guy. It's that guy. He's that guy. Can you take a look at F? That's F for that guy. No, it's for Ford. Maybe another wee look at Tesla if you wanted to. You betcha, buddy. Guitar outside, $20. What's that in the distance? A cello, a banjo, a double bass? Oh my goodness gracious me. No, it's a guitar outside. It's a guitar outside. There on the horizon. There on yon horizon, I spy a guitar outside. $20. Boom. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hey, I missed this stuff. I didn't see this stuff before. Delete yourself. $10. Thanks for the recipe, Jimmy. Yes. Alrighty. I love this. Here, this is freaking brilliant. And Guitar Outside yesterday, who started off the show with yesterday's donations. Fuck it, I've been working hard. No, that was amazing the other day. No, that wasn't it. It's not like I did a juggle. He didn't know how the boss to do it. That was brilliant. Oh my god, that was brilliant. That wasn't what it was. And then TikTok Kenny G. Yes, yo. Good guys won this battle. Thanks, you'll do Jimmy. Yo, TikTok Kenny G. Did I read that at the time? Anyway, I'm back in time, but I wanted to actually read out the message from, where is it? Guitar Outside. It's just the wrong side of unreasonable that your hourly rate of return on streams be less than mine at the cheese sandwich factory. I'm doing my part to set that right. Thank you so much. Your work is righteous and my brother in Bing Bong. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And a very, very thank you very much. And everybody who supported the stream today for those donations, that was incredible. Bitcoin, you're doing a little bit of move because the poll's over. Ha! We let it go because the poll's over. Is release the price action. XD, thanks. JS, cheers. And then that guy, it's that guy again. He wants to check out to Ford. Boom. And no drawings, huh? This is the no drawings Ford. Why would there be no drawings before there is? So that's a little slim. Just a little slim. Whoa. So Ford. What do you like? Huh, Ford? So that is fantastic. 236. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that previous thing, so just goodbye. This is currently in around 382, so you want to hold that level. If you do, you'd be looking at this range, which is not just your 236, but a prior high previous to the high in the previous trend and a high subsequent to it. So let's speak just to a strong level of resistance when price action is below $15. A potential level of support at 1140, 1150, and a reaction from that already. That reaction, RSI holding the top side of the bearish control zone, but not very far away, nor is it inspiring me with confidence. Average true range has been matching the trend in price action. So nothing to worry about there. A little bit of volatility, but then when you put it in context, not really. And then you're not really in context in the 4 hour when you're talking about volatility. Here you can see rejection from the bullish control zone as price action fails to break through the 50% of what that looks like there, that distance between our potential resistance and support. So if you were looking for it to perform well, then your conditions surrounding that would benefit it by being bullish themselves. So if you can define a range and then you can say price action is above 50% of it, then you might then define it as placed bullishly within that range. Holy shit, this is incredible value. What am I like? I'm helping you become better at things. Right, so, well then, yeah, it's at the minute it's not up there, and when it tries it fails, and it also gets rejected from the bullish control zone at that time, which would be confirmation of that fact. And RSI then being above the bearish control zone, great price action holding support, meaning that should it fall in there, it could break it and come back and test these lows at 10.20, easy peasy. If it does not hold these intermediate levels of support themselves, all not that important, really not desperately important there on a 4-hour daily time frame, perhaps more so. Yes, so if it doesn't hold that, like 974, 10 bucks on the 4-hour open, close, open, especially if it hasn't managed to do daily below there, potentially start looking like a last leg before the distribution really kicked off. And you'd be looking at a 50% retracement down at 9.15. You could easily see that sort of a thing. Price action, then people will be worried about a retracement to the golden pocket and coming down, even closing that around 680. People would be worried about that sort of thing. Go back to the weekly time frame, find support over and above this particular range. Well, it's a little bit tough there. You know, you'd be looking at 786 retracement, maybe. And then if you go back beyond that, you're talking about COVID lows, and like there was only a couple of reactions within that other than MEM itself. I don't think this particular Fibonacci is the be all and end all, but I can tell you that that range is important for now. Let's go down. 4-hour time frame. 4-hour, what are we seeing? You know, I mean, we've already seen all that. 1-hour time frame, what are we seeing there? It's trying to pull itself out of the bearish control zone. It's come without any bullish divergence there. Average range, not interested anymore. Excusez-moi. Like the trade, you would say price action failing in at around 13 so very often, and testing this level of support with no bullish reaction will make it, as support, become increasingly brittle. So perhaps the best trade is taking it with breaking these levels, exceeding their 11.30, and trying to make it work in at around 10.984 as your first take profit target, in order to define a sensible risk level, which might well be, you know, immediately where your stop is when you first conceive the trade and execute it, and then perhaps maybe a candlestick formation is something at that point in time. Or maybe you see a level of resistance here where you'd like to see price action move up to $13 and change and so on. Might be, and that if you were looking to cover any position to the downside, you might be managing with an instrument using those levels. I'd be providing you with insurance over some sort of long position on shares, or if you were being stock options as an employee, that might be one of the rewards some people work for Fortinet. Or it may well be instead, you know, a different form of employee remuneration, in which case you're not able to necessarily interact with price action that way. So that's a different option. And if so, then those price targets would be helpful. As with regards to time, not sure. But you'd probably be looking for the immediacy on execution, that part of the time important. Subsequently, it doesn't really matter. And then, yeah. So if you're looking for a bullish trade in this thing, there's already this level where it's at the minute, and you can again manage risk with this previous low and where price actions reacted to here in at around 11.32. You could do that and enter wherever you wanted if you're bullish about it, targeting back up at 15 and so on, if that's what you're looking for, which is possible. Or if it does break down and then you're looking for a bullish move, you might be looking for a retracement on that 4-hour, you know. If you break the 382, you'll be looking at a 50% retracement, but that takes you back within this range of the previous formation and puts this into a reversal chart formation, and it also makes the levels of previous resistance like very strong and obvious, and you might be looking at retracements all the way back down to $5 for like the best value long-term entry. Might be, depends how you're looking to trade it, but that's what I'd be saying. Thank you very, 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 very much for the generous $30. That's appreciated. And then Tesla. Just took a check in with Tesla. you've still got this gap. Price action 153 closed around 147 would be, so it would got this inverted head and shoulders. We got another gap in around there. Did we not talk about this before? Potentially. There goes the wheel again. What'd that mean? So this is the gap, and is that what's covered up with yeah. So you probably do come back and test those levels. That's where the risk would be a lot lower anyway. Right, and that's what you're doing here, right? You're not actually trading Tesla, which is great if you like Tesla. They do cause if you're like trading risk. Here's the chart, and you're looking at this thing, and this is the dominant fib here, this price action here, distribution at that stage. Fair enough, right? People made a lot of money, and then reversal formation, bump and run. You need to get back above 250. You would say that this thing was turning around, but a bump and run's a reversal formation you find at the bottom of a trend. Sean J, how's it going? Travel the country, my lad. Sending love to the channel. Traveling has been crazy. There it is. It's me. I am existing on the telepathic plane. Travels super fast. Carving through time. Traveling. Yo, Sean. Thanks so much. That's really generous. Appreciate it, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're all right. Hope you're all right out there. Hope you're all right out there. Oh my goodness gracious me. What are you doing traveling so much all the time still? For goodness sakes. You must have been everywhere by now. Come on. Visited all the world's everything already. Right, so get back there on your comfy house in the house thing there. That's my brilliant advice. Food trade spot and full of real gems, wisdom. Maybe it's to do sleep supplement. That's Sarah, again, probably experiment on those gerbils. You've got to be careful and always stay within the terms of service of having the gerbils in the first place. And but I understand a lot of people don't trust pharmaceutical companies. They do control everything, don't they? They own all the media and all the Facebook ads. It's them. So sometimes you want to test these things out yourself. I understand that motivation. I empathize. I can't say that I, condone it. Definitely not. But terms of service. So this thing, 50% retracement against the previous trend would say test this downward sloping support line, which would be within this. So drawn a little bit messy, but there's a bit of a channel down here. There's lots of different ways of drawing these channels. Some better than others. Refer to rock outcrop for the better ways. But there's like a quick basic way with this tool, which I would say. Oh, it was something like this here, and something like that there, and so something like that. If it doesn't manage to hold these levels, 50% retracement, that's in with this gap area, probably actually at that stage comes back to the 1618 of the previous Fibonacci, which itself would be defining the high within the leg of the trend. Come back and do a golden pocket retracement of the prior one, having done a 1618 extension, that would be likely. You have a 1618 extension. You do if maybe from the breakdown here. No, you're not looking at it from that. It's the 131, 141. But it did come from this golden pocket here previously. So maybe you're looking at it from that guy, yeah. So golden pocket retracement there is what you'd be looking at. Lowest risk in around 135. That'd be the lowest risk. But it's already had a positive reaction at the basis line with this channel, and it's in an uptrend. So it might just come back and test the top side of that downward sloping channel at the minute, which should be in around 220 if that breaks. It'll go and test the horizontal resistance and the golden pocket from this top side fib, which itself matches up with the symmetry and the extension. This guy's AX6, the 1618 of this guy that we haven't reached yet, and test it in around 280. That would be the next place to look to. And then there's other things to look to there about, if that holds, and you do exceed 216. So if 164 holds and you exceed 216, this is just another great way to encourage short people to be chucking shorts on there, which exceeds these things need reasons to break really obvious levels of resistance, and that downward slope and diagonal from this channel, right? That's real. The bottom side of this channel drawn in this parallel, it's totally made up, and as such so is the basis line. But that downward sloping resistance at the top, so that's real as a Tesla hitting you, right? 60 miles an hour in a 20 mile an hour zone, which is like, how is that even possible? Did they not, exactly, right? How is that possible? It wasn't my fault, governor. It was the car was doing it, innit? And how far apart were the cars at the time of the collision? Was not far enough, right? This is why we're all here in the first place. So the bottom line of that is made up. So why am I still talking about Tesla? Yeah, so if it doesn't hold that in around that invented basis line, then you come down and test this invented support line, which it also happens to match up with horizontal reasons other than just the gap. But if it does move to the top side, then you're looking at testing 220, and if that breaks 269, shout out Spears, and if that breaks 280, and if that breaks previous high, and testing in at around 420 after 350, which would be good too for everyone who's long Tesla. So yeah, trace point. Can you take a glance at LLLY on 4 hour and a daily if time permits? 1 and 2. Oh my goodness, you got 2 different time frames. Entered my dad into a position at 312. Oh, you're a poor dad. What position? Assume the long position, dad. What does that mean, Sonny Wicker Wills? It means get under the stairs. Duck and cover. It's that typo again. Ducking what? What did you say? Anyway, pardon me, I'm the one that's losing it. Your poor dad. What would be like? You're not sending them around these way, are you? Everybody, get your dad. Quickly grab your dad and make him watch Trace Point. Trace Point. I can't really. It's far too late to be doing that. Far too late to be doing that. On the 4 hour and the daily. Shout out to your dad. Right, so here's the 4 hour. You entered them long. Have you got the rocket outcrop flash? Here, your poor dad. What are you doing to your poor dad? Oh my god. He's done it. He's done it to his dad. Can you believe it? We thought he couldn't do. We thought he was. It's your own dad. Oh my god! Oh, just jokes, right? So, but there is a time in future when your dad will say to you, Wiki Wilkes, he'll say, "What the frick? It's at half the price it was at." And if he still owns it at that point, you both have a little cry together and be like, "Spot told me it would happen." What? Cursing yourself, so he will be. But he'll be. Hopefully, he won't be around to see that sort of a nonsense. Oh, this trend looks pretty good though. It's hard to argue with that trend. Okay, but when you, oh my goodness, at some point, this has been brilliant overall. It's been brilliant, Sure, man. If your dad had actually done you a solid and got you in on this in like 1993 when it was $5, that would have been something, innit? Now you're out here doing this for your dad. Oh my goodness gracious me! Let's hope that it continues to perform. That level looks worrying. I expect it'll continue to look worrying. Today there looks also lots of areas. This thing will at some stage correct, but as the trend is your friend, and we don't like arguing with the trend. You've got bullish divergence again at the lows there. Break above the center line on the RSI. This thing will put in new highs, as it does every time it breaks above the center line on the RSI on the daily time frame. That's just what it does. That's what it does. So that'll keep happening. 4 hour time frame. This is why it's so dodgy. So when that stops happening, which you'll get a clear sign of with reversal divergence, I imagine. 1, 2, 3 touches. Usually just because it's overbought again. So like we'll have a little bit of a retracement until such times as the shorts have jumped on it for some reason. Because you should only take bullish trades in bullish conditions. I am long myself and I see upside, but my bias gives me so many times. And then it gets you planning the trade, it gets you executing the trade, it gets you in the trade, it gets you when you should stop out of the trade, it gets you afterwards too, and it's like you did it again. And it's not your bias. It's your neurology and your habits. And you can stop blaming things on your bias. That's not fair, right? It became true that when we were able to observe science to a certain degree of accuracy, that we were then creating a new reality for us to observe, as opposed to that underlying, which we can itself only see by proxy. And that is part of our curse living here in the corporeal world. But your bias can't take your responsibility. And when you're aware of your bias, then you need to have more focus on your plan, right? It's physics. It's just simple quantum physics. Right, so the 4-hour time frame, when that trend starts going down, you'll have a clear target, 50% off price. In the meantime, trend's going to the top side. 1 hour, that start correcting then. If you're looking for the 1 hour to correct towards this prior trend, then you'd be looking at it doing something that came in line with. I would appreciate more price action. Just do it on the 4 hours, what we were looking at. Still an uptrend in 4 hours, so we'll just take this. What do we take this? Have I not got a parallel channel? That's why it isn't happening. It's not my brain, it's the computer, the stupid computer. I can blame everything on the computer. Look, I can blame it all on the computer. Right, so this is not very accurate, but like, I mean, it's accurate enough, right? So you're looking for this 4 hour to move to in around 350, and then the prior high at 379, and then new highs in around 420. That's what you'd be looking for, and your dad too. On the 1 hour is where perhaps you're seeing this opportunity come in with the inverted head and shoulders on RSI, a little bit of a double bottom on price action, a bullishly divergent low. You've got your 3 rising valleys on the RSI, and you're looking for something similar on price action, and then that to persist through the bullish control zone on the center line RSI there. That's what you're looking for that to happen, in which case your dad will be happy, so will you, and you'll get those targets to the top side. If it's the break, then 310, you know, you'd be looking at this thing immediately coming in, testing in around 270. That's a huge chunk of price action. If that doesn't hold, you're looking at testing 220, and then you'd be looking at that 4 hour flash and the weekly flash and the 5-day flash. And frankly, it's doing things it's never done before. So, you know, there could be more of that in store if it starts putting in macro reversals. So that's what I'd be thinking about LLY, and that's pretty good take. What are we thinking about Ethereum, Sean? Ethereum versus the USDT. So what are we thinking? It's... This is what we're thinking about Ethereum. Up close Ethereum thoughts for there, Sean. On the charts, if it manages to persist above 1700, fantastic. Next target 1800. That breaks 1950, 2100. Yeah. Boom. 2550. That's what you'll be looking at on Ethereum. Thoughts? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Wiki Wilkes. You're very, 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 oh my goodness gracious me, welcome a billion times over. A million, billion, trillion times over. So many. That's so many welcomes. My goodness, eh? Sort of like I give you so many welcomes that you're now re-obligated. So you'll no escape, right? That's the way it works. And your dad, he's getting drawn into the cult now too. Come on in, Wiki Wilkes' dad. Come on in. Come on, close the door behind you. Close it. Yep. Never opens again. That's it. Yep. Come on in. Yep. Hit that like button as well. Now you're here. I'm sleepy. No. That's a problem. Jimmy, could you look at the film? I did it again. I did it. I achieved my amazing target. I did my target achievement thing. I did it. I achieved. Everybody, banana yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Whoa. It's the second time I've saved you this week. Right? So, we got back there, and I was speaking on the way back with Banana in the car, and certain phrases were being used, and certain moments happened where I was reminded of the Heineken story. And I was starting to think, you know, who were these people and why has Banana Ya got new Versace slippers? I was led to believe you were having a traumatic experience over there. So I don't know. Versace slippers, I don't know. Look, guys, I've not even got the floor down properly. Banana Ya's walking around Versace slippers. What are you doing? You know what I mean? It's irresponsible. Anyway, I'm trying to help people out here. You're undermining my message like that. It's like... It's a comeback with an attitude problem, right? It's come back with an attitude problem. I don't know what it is. What's the problem? Where did you get this attitude? So, I don't know what it is. Something. Do I think Harry Balzac will be out in soon? I think, yes. I think that Balzac, yes, the black sheep, Harry Balzac, he'll be, as soon as he finishes his melting masterpiece, there's out currently on his balcony, on the balconage, getting its vitamin D, because it itself isn't a member of the macular degeneration generation. Those vitamin D Frady peoples. He's in cahoots with see. That's terrible. That's terrible. These are the worst. These are the worst. They're like the baddies from the stories, aren't they? I did not expect a triangle. It's the return of the Mac. No, Stream Deck, get out of my face. We've got all the things to look at the minute, and it's not that. Oh wait, it's this tingle. It ruined the joke. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We got like a different kind of joke. The breakdown of the joke. We get all sorts of it here. It's like the gradients of experience, waves. It's because the joke itself is only ever funny the first time, isn't it? Every other time you're just laughing at the memory of the joke, unless you've not got a memory, in which case you can laugh at all sorts of jokes over and over, and any creativity is wasted on you. Really, what am I doing out here exploring my souls? Get a ticket for that. I was not expecting. Nobody expects the tingle. So, what's this thing? It's Ethereum. Oh yeah, if it breaks up, yeah, great. I mean, the next target, if it breaks up heavy 2,500, that'd be brilliant. In the meantime, 19.3, 19.5, that'd be, you know, like plenty. So I want to say thank you to Wiki Wilkes. I can see over here what I have to say proper thank you to. Wiki Wilkes, thank you. Sean J, thank you. XD, thank you so much. JS, legend, thank you. That guy, appreciated. Guitar Outside, Moonman, JS again. Moonman again. Delete yourself. That's the name of the person, not what I'm in instruction. Don't do that. This show will self-destruct for members only in its own good time. Guitar Outside, thank you so much for today and the other day. Minner, VIX, did you get your VIX? I think I looked at VIX at the start of this show, actually. Yes, so we did. Ha ha ha! Boom! Everything achieved. Every objective. Right? So if you're here and you're not a member, know that there's something wrong with you. We all know it and we can see it because your name is not coloured in. So it's quite obvious saying there's something wrong. So it's not explicitly part of the YouTube terms and service, but I know they would agree with me when I say you should hit the join button and upgrade. And I know that the people who run Patreon, it's like a business somewhere somehow. I'm not sure what their business model is exactly, but they're probably scamming me somehow to make it possible. They would agree with me that you should join my Patreon. And I know you should be there because they're brilliant things. You get great value and it's well worth it. But you may yourself decide that you're going to invest in the course, which would be www.technicalanalysis.school. So you get yourself over there and just, you know, the saving that you're waiting for, right? Because a lot of people are just sitting there thinking, oh, I got saving, and then I'll do it because they act. That's how they act. They're motivated by the urgency of the fact that this discount will soon disappear. And so that defines the moment of opportunity for them. You want to take control of your life better than that and have focus on that long distant future, which you can save yourself years of struggle to by making decisions now with that person in mind, right? Schopenhauer's telescope, again, back to quantum physics, philosophy, logicism, syllogism. Right, so you understand probably. YouTube tested me today. Oh, naughty, naughty YouTube, eh? Naughty, naughty. Yes, Best stream ever. You're back, Trace, but you say that because you've just had your deep fried pizza and chips with brown sauce and extra salt, and now you're back to say best stream ever. You think we don't know, you big fibber, not on the Dr. Ukra diet, breaking all the important rules. You know, it's a group diet. You know, you eat all those calories. We have to, you know, thank God for Moonman and JS. That's all I can say. I was here the whole time. Why weren't you doing your job then? Why weren't you doing your job? You know? Eh? Okay, it's leaving the rest of this snowy danger. Right, so what else did I miss? Nothing. It was to hit all the goals. It was a brilliant stream. Everybody watching. We had a great time, didn't we? I was in timeout. Oh, fib for the. I did Excuse Factory's out of town, right? Excuse Factory out of town. Okay, you in town. Excuse Factory out of town. Nope. See, right? That's not incongruent there. That don't work. Is there a difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum? You're asking the wrong person, mate. Ask the wrong person. I don't know. Ask one of them crypto avant-garde crypto enthusiasts that never get out their pajamas. Ask one of them, mate. I don't even know what those things are. I know that I've seen an inordinate number of people tell me their things and about it, and that's happened for sure. That's happened, but I've generally just taken that knowledge and given it to the next person, so I don't myself know. Timeout breakout plan next. Timeout breakout plan. Oh my god, that sounds like one of the most dangerous types of trading going. Timing breakout plan next. It's coded messages always going in the chat here. It seems like it's all usually about shopping. Right, so yeah, love that deal. Invest in yourself, saving, invest, save yourself in future from not having done it yet, which being something else you say to yourself in a couple of weeks would be ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, just take the course, all right? You have to wait till you get paid. Okay, well, they do PayPal credit thing. You know, you do that too. And then you can pay it off at your leisure. Well, no, at their leisure, right? Also, you have to pay for the cost of the credit and whatnot. But then Americans love all that, you know, apparently. I don't know. Anyway, take the course already, for goodness sakes. The coaching part of it is well worth the money, never mind the material itself, which is fantastic. Great. Thank you very much. Join the Discord, take the course, hit the like button, support the stream, like everyone who did watch today. That's what makes it possible and so enjoyable. And that I would never break the what's it called? Long username. I am still here, can't get rid of a bulldog. Look at that yellow headband. You can't get rid of a bulldog. You can put them on a timeout, sneaky style. I've discovered that myself with personal experiments. Personal experiments. Ooh, that sounds all weird. Thanks for the stream, Jamie. Thank you for the support. Delete yourself. Appreciate you. Right, you've got lots of instructions now. We all had a great, competitive, enjoyable time in the chat, didn't we? You know, everybody who won today in chat box, you know who you are. You've got that strong feeling of victory. You know, losers, try again, harder next time. This feeling of shame for losing is awful, right? Especially if you're neurally atypical, right? If you're atypical neurologically, then you likely add greater shame than would be of any benefit to you. So, you know, you're not going to be able to fix this neurological problem, and it is a problem. So what you're going to have to do instead is stop losing and start winning, right? Which you can get a long way there by changing your thinking. Profitability comes over time, but you can change your thinking radically quickly if you're actually motivated. So do that. Be good to each other and to me. Yeah, that's a good one. Be good to each other and to me.